Michael, Kobbie Mainoo said afterwards that he loves playing for you. The players want to fight for you, they want to die for you. It's a bit extreme, but it shows what they think of you. And you've, however you want to dress it up, you delivered sides that have beaten Man City and Arsenal and Chelsea and now Liverpool. What do you think about doing this job for Manchester United? Because I think everyone thinks this should now be your job.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's one of the biggest things for me is that trying to get the best out of people, you know, and helping players and giving them the opportunity to go and perform and do what they're good at, really. And there's that side, and then there's obviously being part of it today and seeing this place alive and bouncing at the end is a real joy and a kind of pleasure to be in the position, you know. So I think as a group of players, you need a lot of credit for the run that put them together and the coaching staff as well, especially for the lot of work that goes on. I'm sat here answering questions, but there's a lot of good work that goes on beyond me. So. And the pleasing thing about the spirit and the togetherness of the group, I think, to see that camaraderie and looking after each other, and it was tested obviously at 2-2, and seeing them moments where they're really sticking in and fighting for each other is that's what we want, you know. We want a team to be proud of, and the boys have certainly given us that.
Andy,
what is it about this team or this performance that impresses you that maybe people don't always see and appreciate?
There was a lot today to be happy with, really, and like you said, to be proud of. I think we were we thought players available wise that they would try and overload the midfield, and it was going to be a big challenge for us to try and closing the space through the middle of the pitch. We got some really dangerous forwards, but we're asking them to do a lot of work without the ball as well, and that's part of being a good team. So the way we closed that space and made it difficult for them, they've got some fantastic plays and they made it difficult for us, but I thought with the way we stuck at that especially really pleased me a lot. I have to say the way the supporters got behind us after the 2 goals, it's easy after that point to get frustrated, to go the other way a little bit, and I thought that again, spirit and your character shows when it's a little bit of a challenging time. So I think to feel like we've kind of built that and we're in a position where we'll all stick together has really pleased me a lot. And it was just 2 mistakes, you know. Ahmad and Senna have both been immense for us and offered so much within the group and the team and to put us in this position. So that building on to the end of the game and the way that we stuck at it, bounced back, finished well, players come off the bench and making a difference, I thought it's probably that spirit and togetherness for everybody that satisfies me the most, really.
Darren?
Hi, Michael. You mentioned a lot there about what you've built and that spirit and togetherness and getting the fans on side over the last 4 months. And 10 wins in 14 games. Do you kind of feel like you've earned the right to build on that and take that into next season? Because, I mean, it's been perfect, really, what you've got over the last 4 months.
No, it's been a good run, I think. You know, we've obviously beat some very, very good teams, and it's been challenging. You know, sometimes we won it in some ways, sometimes we've got to win it in other ways. But yeah, listen, I love doing what I'm doing. You know, it's a great position for me to be in. It feels pretty natural, if I'm totally honest. I'm not being blasé because it's a difficult role, but it feels that I've been here a long time in different times, on and off. But I kind of understand what it brings, and to be sat in this position is a good position to be.
James?
Just following on from that, Mike, will you be disappointed now if you don't get this job?
We'll have to wait and see, you know. All we can do, I think, when we came in, I think Champions League, to be honest, was a little bit in a distance, and we wanted to try and get back into Europe. So to be where we are, the one the players have put together with 3 games to spare is a good achievement. I see it as just being a step, though, you know. We're not over celebrating it, but whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You know, I can always do my best for the club and for the players, especially, and try and help them as best as we can, and then see what happens after that.
Rob?
I know you said a couple of times you don't want to over-celebrate, qualify for the Champions League, but just see it in practical terms. When you're looking at making that next step, does it make that easier? I don't know, maybe you've got more money to spend in the summer, maybe you can attract better players. Is that how you're looking at it?
No, it's a huge step. Don't get me wrong. For so many reasons, it is. I'm not underplaying. It's a big step. In the sense, there's signs of improvement, and being in the position now, like I say, where we are with 3 games to go, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes with that. But that can't be everything, you know. That's kind of the point I'm making. I think there's a lot of credit deserves to the staff and the players for doing that. But we want more of that, you know. We expect more of that in consistently, and that's kind of the message really of let's try and push on and keep improving. It's not just to sit back now and think, no, that was all right, that was good, we've achieved something, you know.
Paul and then Samuel.
Mike, you spoke about togetherness. The players clearly are quite a tight-knit group. How have you managed to develop that, or is it something that was sort of there before but need a bit more extra kind of attention?
Yeah, I can only say from what I've kind of faced and seen from my own eyes, really, and ever since we came back through the doors, I think the boys have responded really well to it, and I think it comes through trust as well, and how you treat each other, and then the trust between us, and the belief certainly that I've got in them, and the staff have got in them, and we spoke about that before the game about how much belief we've got in them, and so trying to give them that confidence to go and play. Really good players, and it can be a really good team when we put things in place, and that's proved to be the case over recent months.
Hi Michael, I know it's a delicate matter, but I'm sure it's in the news about Sir Alex. I mean, is there any comment that you have on behalf of the club?
Oh, I haven't gotten any updates, so I don't know the latest as we stand now. I did hear about it before the game, so I was aware of it before the game. All I can say is I wish him and thoughts. So I was very kind of affected by it, you know, the news, and then we just hope he's all right. I just don't know the latest, but we hope for him to be in good shape, and we wish him all the best. I'm certainly thinking of him, and hopefully the result, when he hears about it, you know, gives him a good boost.
Kobbie.
Michael,
Oh, yeah.
if you're sort of around next summer or this next season or not, I suppose what one issue is the squad, because Newcastle this season are struggling to kind of cope with Champions League football and Premier League football, and your squad is kind of on small level. So is that something you'd kind of press on the club, regardless of what happens, that the squad needs bulking up, because you need quality also quantity?
That's obviously the next challenge, you know, of being in a position where there's more games. It's been a bit frustrating at certain points because we've had big gaps between games, so that's certain. There's a positive and a negative to that, but certainly the balance of the squad, what it looks like, strength, depth, that's part of the conversations of. Anyway, like I said, when I came in, it wasn't. I wasn't never going to make decisions just to get to the end of the season. It was always what for the benefit of the whole football club moving forward. So we're definitely well aware of what that should and could look like and where we want to try and get to.
Last question for Critch.
Hi Michael, just on Bruno and his performance today, I know you said all that you can say about him in the past few weeks, but came close to getting that assist record. I'm just curious about the reasoning behind the sub at the end, because it's pretty rare to see him come off the ball.
To be honest, there was a minute or so to go and we thought we'd get Lenny on the pitch, and obviously Josh had came on, Pat came on, Ahmad had came on as well, and it was just there was nothing behind that apart from that.
Right, thanks everyone.
Right, cheers.